Okay, so I have to confess, we just love these boxes. In fact, we can't get enough of them. So let's take a look at what we have here. Oh no, I think we gave too much away. Amazon Pharmacy. So this is apparently Amazon Pharmacy. Recyclable. And that's what we got. Was advertised on eBay as new. So let's see. Vision RWE21031-2 black titanium handle. So here you have it. This is a Wii Vision R. And right off the bat, I hate the pocket clip, but so does everybody else. That would probably be the reason why I wouldn't carry this knife. I don't know how. I'll try. I don't know how it'll work out. But you can. See, that's the deal that everybody talks about. You can pull that out. Now, you can't do that on the FGs because there's another pin down here, which you can take out and make that possible. And so this is titanium scales. There's no liner. And instead of a thumb stud, like on the FG, there's no thumb stud. Of course, there's the Wii symbol. And I'm not really seeing any signs of wear. Let's see if we can flick it. No. Let's see if we can flick it. Holding it. There we can flick it. So that blade is untouched. Awesome. And as usual with I said we, but I meant Civivi. But as usual with Civivi and family, there is no burr or no felt burr on that blade. Usually if I feel one, it's either back here or up here on the end where I end up feeling one. But there is no, and that's almost beyond razor sharp. Yeah, I'm shaving the little studs sticking up. So afraid I'll cut myself trying to check that. That is major sharp. That is much more sharp than anything I've come across so far. Even with the Civivis, I mean, that is even sharper than the Civivis. That is almost a polished edge. Probably the smoothest looking edge that I've seen so far. So that's one thing that is definitely seems to be higher end. And I'm going to be honest. I thought I felt stick. I thought I felt it stick once, but maybe not. So, and see, I'm not able to. Yeah, I can only roll. I can't flick that. I don't think I can. Let's see. No, I can't flick that out. So it's almost like it's a double transition. You got the flat of the side of the knife, then you can see a couple lines going up on each side, which seems to be a beginning taper, and then of course the flat grind that's on these blades with the Vision series. So this, I like it. I mean, I definitely like it. Of course, you already know that I like these knives. I do miss the thumb stud. I mean, pretty much about the only way I can flick this knife open is trying to do the Spidey flick thing. I don't see where I could really do anything else. And I'm catching it here and holding it up here to be able to do it. I'm not really good with these holes. Now, if this was maybe further down, you know, well, I guess that doesn't matter because I have to be in the top here to be able to flick that open. Now, just grabbing a knife, I mean, it's the same size as the Vision FG. So let me grab that. So I'll just grab the Damascus version. And so they're pretty much the exact same thing. Now, let's see. I would say that the Wii version is thinner, definitely. I mean, I could put a caliper on it, but really, you can look at it and see that it's definitely thinner. Uh, it's also the blade hollow in the middle, whatever you call that, is much, much narrower. The blade just fits in there, and it does appear to be perfectly centered. And you got more area between there. And you can look at the back. You can see that this is thicker than this side over here. So, hold on just a minute. Okay, my little buddy. So, so I'll be honest. So far, the only thing that I dislike about the Wii, first of all, I love it that it's a little thinner. That feels nice. That pocket clip, I am not crazy about at all. Uh, it gives it, it gives it some sharpness that I don't feel on the Civivi version. And this right here, of course, is higher. It doesn't seem to really stick up any. Oh, it does. It's kind of more rounded on the back side there. So it's definitely a different feel. Most for sure. It is definitely a little different feel on the knife. And again, I'm going to have to practice with it to see, if, okay, I managed to thumb flick it, but that's a whole different way. Because what I'm having to do is, because I'm used to doing this, either straight up or out at an angle or kind of rounded out and up. But I'm having to turn the knife sideways and catch it with the side of my thumb, make sure I got my finger out the way and flick it out, which I didn't complete it there, but still in all, well, and so I'm gonna have to play with it more, but I'm having to kind of get it in my thumb in the sideways and at the top of that little groove to flick it out. So that's just a different way of opening a knife that I'm not used to. I'm used to the thumb studs for sure. And so I'm really not used to this knife. The way I'm going to have to open it, because I mean, I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to have to do the flick Spidey flick. That's the one that feels more natural. Catching the side of it like this, there's just too many things for my fingers to be in the way of. To be able to catch it sideways. Oh, hit my thumb or my knuckle. To catch it sideways and flick it out. So I mean I can, but it's just different. Okay, my little buddy. Hold on. Come on, baby. Yes, my boy. I love my buddy. Yes, I love my buddy. Do you love me? You love treats, don't you? That's my baby. Come on. Okay, so I'm back again. Uh, so let him go see Mama. All right. So it would take some getting used to. Some different. It's definitely some differences. Something that's really strange that I can see here is you have it's T8. Looks like T8 hardware around the bend, pivot, and in the back, which I assume this right here is also holding the um, pocket clip in. Which the way I mean I can't put this in my pocket like this. So I mean it's only one way the pocket clip can be on here. The way it's designed, you can't turn it any kind of way. Plus, it also it serves an extra purpose of holding this lock release in place. Um, so I can't carry it like this. I mean, that's just not. I can't open and have a knife in my hand like this when I pull it out. I mean, I'm just from so many years. I am used to having it like this. I mean, it's going to be in my hand like this, just perfect to catch a flipper, or come up and catch it with a thumb stud or something like that. But an odd thing that I'm noticing on a knife of this higher end uh, is you have to have two bits to adjust the blade. So I'm finding that very unusual. I would expect to have, like this, is a captured pin on this side and just the screw on this side. So that's what I would expect to find, to be honest with you. Um, in this case right here, you have to have two. Maybe one of these is captive. I don't know. I'm not sure. But, there is zero side to side, and there's zero up and down, just like you would expect. And of course, obviously, using the super lock to open and close is perfectly fine. But with this clip, I don't know, because I don't know how it's going to affect putting it in on my pocket like this and it trying to set flat. It may work fine. I think I'll carry this tomorrow at work and see how well it it does, because I wear jeans and they're not necessarily tight, but they're taut, taut. I don't know how you want to put it. Uh, uh, so this is going to set flat. There's no way it's going to turn because I don't wear loose clothing that would be possible. So it's going to set flat, and I don't know if that's going to tend to pull that clip over time or just smooth break it off. I don't know, but that serves a dual purpose of being a spring load to this right here. Because if you'll see right there, it keeps it from just flopping on out there. So I don't know with that being gone, bent, broke, or messed up, which I would be worried about that happening, uh, packing it in blue jeans with all that stress, trying to pull this to the side. It would be more acceptable to me that just calling that a spring clip and being able to add an aftermarket side, uh, something like this right here onto the side here somehow or another. This, in my opinion, I would say that this wheel would be perfect if this clip was to the side, or if you had a pocket clip option to put it over here or put it over here. And I wouldn't care. I would not care if it came down here. This short clip, like the way it is, that's fine. It can come down to right here and just be this part. The only purpose a pocket clip serves for me is to keep the knife up at the top of the pocket so I can get to it. It's a deep carry, but it doesn't serve the purpose as a deep carry because of being on the back. The back of the knife, kind of like a back spacer, whatever. I love the knife. I mean, of course, I already love the. I'm trying to think about flicking it. Um, I already love the Vision series knives, and I already knew about the clip when I got this, but I wanted a good comparison between a Wii to a knife I already had that was awesome. Um, and the other one is just a different blade, uh, but it's still the same thing. And I think I'm either going to do a fade on these or keep these realistic and swap them out with another one to make these black handles with the Damascus, which would be my preference, to be honest with you. But that's the Civivi. Okay, so it's there. And Civivi's perfect. I mean, if, like I said, if this clip could be put over here, that would be just amazing. As is, this knife would tend to carry better just sitting down in my pocket, which would be harder for me to get to and to do anything with. And so that would be aggravating. The other thing is the lack of a thumb stud uh, in this blade. I would much prefer. The more I do it, the easier it is, but it's just different. It's it's just different. Uh, that is so much easier because it's still. If I'm gonna do something, okay, so flick it out, and I've still got the knife in a usable deal. Cut, do whatever I'm going to do with it, but the knife is in a grip that does me good. Um, and that's why I like the tip up, because the tip up on any knife, I go from out of my pocket, opened, and potentially usable. Now I may adjust like this if I want to do some slashing or something, or take and cut a box or get some precision work. But like this right here, chances are this is how I'm going to be holding it, opening a package, cutting, doing whatever. And in this particular case right here, if it would set in the pocket better with this against the back, which left this open in my pocket. Now that detent is like non-existent. I mean, it's not, but I mean, that detent is very light. I would not carry this knife in this orientation because I am going to get jugged by that. I promise you, I'm going to get jugged. There's no way around it because of that lighter detent. It's very, very, very light. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. The knife is going to stay closed. You're not going to have a worry about that. Uh, but at some point, I'm telling you, that's just going to work out. That's going to be open, and I'm going to catch it. Running my hand down in there. So I can't carry this knife because I always wear blue jeans, and so I can't carry this knife with this to the back of my pocket. It's got to be carried with the blade to the corner of my pocket, to the back of my pocket. And so that would be my worry about deforming this pocket clip with jeans, because jeans can handle a lot of stress, and there's a lot of times my jeans are under a lot of stress. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You do. Come on, admit it. Let's be free. Let's admit the truth. To thine own self be true. Always. And I'm true to myself. I'm not telling myself nothing I don't know already. Okay, so anyway, you get the picture. You with me. You with me. So something else that I'm noticing here, let's just flicky flick, that these blades are not the same. They are not the same. So the Vision series, which was bad when I had to hunt it down. So okay, so it is different. So I didn't notice this when I was comparing the FG regular with the Damascus blade. So they appear to be the same length, and they're basically the same thickness, but that right here, that is different somewhat. You see, it just, and maybe I'm just seeing things, but the regular blade, the Nitro V, seems to be a little more rounded on the back, and that seems to be a little more straight. It seems to be, you know, I don't know, they could be pretty doggone close. But with the Nitro, I mean, with the Wii version, that is definitely different. Yeah. So, okay. So these two could be pretty doggone close. And it may just be the coloration of the blades and all that that make me see a little different there between these two. But these two right here are very close. But you can definitely see that the Wii is much more pointy than the regular Vision R. And you get in here, and the blades are pretty much about the same length still. There's not really any difference in the length of the blades, but you can see how there's a little hump. And maybe in this orientation, you can see it better. So I've got everything pretty well lined up, and I'm looking at it straight on. You can see just barely that the Vision R's at the tip is just maybe a 16th, not even an eighth of an inch, that you've got more length here than you do here. Okay, so this is the tag on that I promised to give with the Wii Vision R. So my concerns was this pocket clip. And it is aggravating, but it's not as worrisome as I thought. So, of course, I put it in the pocket like this. And so hook it into the pocket and then turn it like this so the blade is into the corner up towards my hip. And it carries just fine. But my jeans are not perfectly tight. So as I thought they were. So if there's any looseness to them at all, it'll tend to do that. And so here's the corner of my pocket, here's my pocket, and so it's sitting in my pocket like this. You go to the bathroom or whatever, and you got a 50-50 chance of it being like this, or actually it's even less because it's more likely to be like this. And you end up with this out in your pocket. And so that's aggravating. That is a problem. But there's really nothing you can do about it. More time, more carry, and I will have more to say about this. But for right now, just carrying it today, that was my notice. That's what I noticed. You know, it tends to move in your pocket. So the orientation is not set or stable, which is a negative, because if you needed to get it out pretty quick, then you might end up with it like this right here, and you can't get it open because it's done turned like this in your pocket, and so this is how you're pulling it out. And you intend to pull it out of your pocket like this, and you can open it up. Well, so that is a definite negative on it. The pocket clip is still a very unfriendly thing. And I think I might do some research to see if somebody hasn't actually made a better pocket clip uh, for the Vision R. So other than that, I had concerns that this would bend and be stretched, and really not. I think that's almost a non-issue. That's pretty stout and pretty strong. I don't think it would bend unless you got hung up on something or whatever while you were walking by, sitting in a chair or something like that. So I think as far as the pocket clip staying a pocket clip, I think it's fine. But the functionality of the pocket clip is a definite negative. So that's really the only negative that I found with the knife so far. Getting used to catching it from the angle, uh, like this right here, to thumb flick it, is something to get used to. It's not a negative. The reverse flick is easy. As a matter of fact, the more I do it, the easier it is with this opening in the blade versus a stud, because you have all kind of options all throughout here. You catch it anywhere in there, and you're going to be able to flick it open, and so that's a positive. So I like that, and of course the super lock is a positive all as is. I've opened and closed this knife a lot, and I've never pulled this out without intending to. I mean, you got to really, even if you pull it down far enough, you have to be trying to pull back on it, which I don't tend to do. So that's a non-issue. So the only drawback to this is the pocket clip. And if there is some way of putting a pocket clip to the side, that would be just super amazing. That would be unreal amazing. Uh, but regardless, the knife is great, and I'm loving it, and I'm able to work around that pocket clip. And so I will end up alternating between this one, the uh, FG Damascus, and the FG standard blade. So anyway, that's the update to this. Pocket clips the only negative. I'm not having any issues with anything else that people complained about, and just getting used to this blade opening versus a thumb stud is a simple thing. It's not a big thing, and I can get used to well, maybe not. I can get used to thumb flicking it using that right there with some practice. And so really, pocket clip, it's the only problem. Other than that, it's great. It's perfect. So there it is. Again, uh, your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.